60th lesson altogether and 4th lesson on the quiz series. We are learning JavaScript and we are learning JavaScript by examples. In the last lesson, we added some functionality in that when you select an option, it tells you whether your answer is right or wrong. If you select a wrong answer, it will tell you that your answer is wrong. And there's only one question so far. So in today's lesson, we'll add a few more questions and we will finalize our application. We'll finish this series and we'll start a new topic in the next lesson. So I will change the size of my browser, and this is the folder that we have been working on. So if I open it, this is the HTML document that we created in our last lesson. This one is the same copy of this one. I have changed the number to represent 60th lesson altogether and 4th lesson on the quiz series. I will close this and I will drag and drop this onto my Visual Studio Code to open the folder in my text editor. And this is the document that we are working on. So we have to add a few more questions, and this is the only question that we have so far. And this is an object within this array called questions. This is how you can tell this is an array, and this is how you tell that this is an object. This object has multiple key and value pairs. In this case, key is the question and the value is the actual question what we are asking. And the second key is the image, and then this is the location of the images folder, which is just located here. And then this is the image that is saved in this folder, images folder. And these images, if I open this folder again, this is the images folder, and this is the image with one tigers. This, if I double click on it, this image, this is simply an image of 2 tigers, 3 tigers, 4 tigers, and so on and so forth. So we want to randomly open these images and want to present the questions in front of the user. So what I will do, I will simply copy this and paste this here. So 2 objects and 2 questions. So copy and paste one more time. So 6 questions altogether. And what I have to do is to change the image. I will say 2 tigers, and the correct answer should be 2. If this image is presented, it has 2 tigers and the 2 should be the correct answer. So this is 3 tigers and the correct answer should be 3. This is 4 tigers and the correct answer should be 4 tigers. Similarly, this is 5 tigers and the correct answer should be 5. And the last one, 6 tigers and the correct answer is 6. So we have 6 questions. We now have to find a way to present these questions to the user onto the browser. At this moment, the question, this is hard coded index 0, which is this one. So it is showing only one question which is located at index 0 of this variable or this array called questions. So we can create another variable and I will call it y, and I will generate a random number, math.random, which is a built-in method in JavaScript that generates numbers from 0 to 1, decimal numbers. So the number will be generated and will be saved in this variable will be 0 point something something something. We want to generate whole numbers according to the number of objects that are there. So I will use this variable and I will multiply it by questions.length. So whatever is the length of this array, which is 6 in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we are multiplying the decimal number by this number. So the numbers will be, and then I want to round it down to a single number rather than creating a decimal number. So I will say math.floor. So whatever random number is generated, it will be rounded down and then multiplied by this number will be multiplied by this number, which is 6. So the numbers that will be produced by this method after roundup, it will be from 0 to 5, and the last index is 5 because it is starting at 0. So next question dot length is 6 at the moment. If you add another question, that will be 7. If you decrease a question, that will be 5. So it is sort of automatic, but in this case the numbers that will be generated will be 0 to 5, and that is what we want. The only thing that we now have to do is to change this hard-coded value to this variable, because whatever number is generated will be saved in this variable, and this will also be y. We want to present appropriate number of image, and I also have to change this value, round it down according to this length. This is the last place where we have to replace this value with the help of this variable here, so we can get the right answer. So if I now save it and maximize my browser, refresh it, if I select the correct answer, it tells me the answer is correct. If I refresh it one more time and select the correct answer, I have been present with the tick symbol and the text that says correct. If I select a different answer, it tells me that is wrong. So now we have to add some functionality that the next question is loaded automatically. And what we can simply do, we can use the set timeout method to automatically refresh the web page, and that method is set timeout, which happens after a certain time that you define. So I want to run a function, and this is the format of the function, and the function that I want to run is window.location.reload. This function will automatically reload the page after whatever time I specify, and I want to specify a time limit of 1000 milliseconds or 1 second. So this only happens when user selects the correct answer if the vlabel.text content, which are these ones, these text 1, 2, 3 or 4 is equal to the answer that has been provided in these places. So if I now save it and refresh my page, and 6 tigers, if I select the correct answer, the page gets reloaded after 1 second. So 5 is the correct answer. It tells me the answer is correct, and the page gets reloaded after 1 second. 6, and then 3, and then 4, and then 3 again, 4 again, and so on and so forth. So when the user selects the correct answer, the functionality is there, but there's nothing happening if the user selects the wrong answer. So I will copy this and I will paste this here after the else statement. Okay, so if the answer that has been provided by the user is correct, it shows me the tick symbol. It applies this class as we learned in the last lesson. It shows me this text here, and else if the answer is wrong, then it tells me the answer is wrong. It applies this cross CSS, which is a class that we created in our last lesson, and the page gets reloaded after 1000 milliseconds, which is equal to 1 second. So this completes our small quiz. If I now refresh it, select the correct answer, for example, the answer is correct, the page gets reloaded. We have a different number of images that is generated according to this method, according to the number that has been generated by these methods, and that has been saved into this variable. And every time the page gets reloaded, this number is different, and this question, according to whatever index position is, gets loaded. So if I select the wrong answer, we have 3 again. Sorry, I will select the wrong answer and page should get reloaded. If I select the correct answer, the page gets reloaded, and the loop will carry on and on and on as long as you want to run it. So this complete our little project. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next lesson with a different project. Thank you very much.